Hey everybody, Norm from Tested here. We have a very special guest in the office today. This is Michael Singh,
Hi.
Machination Studio.
Yeah.
How you doing, Michael?
Hi. Good. I'm good. First time in San Francisco.
Oh
I'm
my
loving
God!
it.
Yeah. So we met you last year at New York Comic Con,
Yep.
where you chatted with Adam, and he'd actually met you at TED in Vancouver.
Yep.
You did a TED talk where you talked about making the ultimate toy, right? Your 3D printed, 3D CAD designed, large scale toy,
Yep.
which you then ran a Kickstarter and turned into the codename Colossus
Yep.
Mark
Mark
1.
I, yeah.
And we were huge fans of that codename
Thank you.
Colossus. We actually built one in our studio. Sean and Jeremy added some smoke and sound effects to it. And now you've brought here your new prototype of your second Kickstarter
Yep.
in the same family. Tell me about this mech.
Right. So this is the first mech of the the opposition force, the enemy force of the British that was featured in the last Kickstarter. So this is called the Schnauzer. It is a smaller light tank version of the Walkers, and so this is the style is different because as you remember from last year, it was more like a cylindrical style or a curved style. For the Imperial German tanks, I decided on a very angular design, and I guess history buffs will see a little bit of the A7V and a little bit of the Panzer ones in the design.
The angular design is lovely, and I love these panels, which you have like very distinct, very profound rivets all around the outside, which read really well. But also, when the light bounces on it, they read as different shades, so it has that dimensionality to it. There's so much detail here. This is, am I to understand, the only prototype in the world right now? You brought the one prototype.
Yep.
And how did you go about designing this? So you had the whole experience of making
Yep.
your large Colossus, your mass-produced Colossus. You know, what was your goal and your design approach?
Right. So when I built my large one, I had 12 servos to power the legs, and when I built the Kickstarter, I tried to reduce the number of servos down to 3 servos. And for this one, this is a completely new approach altogether. This is run on one single geared motor.
Whoa.
So the entire walking mechanism and the guns movement are all around a geared system and a gear and cam system. So this is a lot more mechanical in nature. So I'm trying to, I guess, reduce the amount of electronic parts that's involved. But try to still have enough movement using gears and cams.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask you to turn it on in just a second, because in the codename Colossus, yes, you had 6 legs, which are on 3 different axes, which did a forward walking motion. You also had an array of machine guns that on like a rattle system, right? And then rotating turrets. And you're saying all of that similar type of movement gets reduced down to one motion.
One single motor. Yeah.
Wow. Can we turn it on?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah.
So it's of course a little arm that's pushing this cannon in and out. There's a crown gear off a main gear that's turning the Gatling gun, and there are cams that is actually pushing the legs up and down and moving the 4-leg assembly front and back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it took me many weeks of prototyping. I mean, if you see my Instagram feeds, you'll see many failed attempts at trying to get this mechanism to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I love that lumbering motion too. Right? Even with all, it's not supposed to be a very smooth, elegant movement. It does feels like it's crawling across the battlefield. Lots of beautiful detail and weathering. You have ladders on the side here. I love just the steampunk look of it. It's all in the same universe. Is the idea that you're going to continue designing toys and mechs from this alternate reality war?
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm hoping that this will be kind of the start of being able to make more toys of both of this size and of the other size, which is the one I did last year, which is slightly bigger.
Right, so they're different scale.
They're different. Well, they're in the same universe, so it's like a heavy tank and a light tank.
Oh,
right?
got
so
it.
this
got
is
it.
more like a, sort of a scouting sort of tank. So this is,
Okay.
I guess, like the ATST sort of thing compared to the larger tanks.
Right.
So it's yeah, that's the plan, and introducing new factions into the universe as well. So yeah, let's see how that goes.
Now you're still running a Kickstarter, but you're
Yep.
also partnering with a toy maker, Mighty Jacks,
Yes.
and they've a producer of wonderful toys that we're
Yep.
big fans of. Does that mean that your manufacturing process is also going to change? Like you're not selling just 3D printed kits.
Yep.
You're going for something more finished this time?
Yes, so this time around, because of the gearing mechanism, we have to have a much more robust plastic. So we are aiming for plastic injection molding.
Oh.
So these will be plastic injection ABS, probably similar to what you get in the model kits and stuff like that. And that will give us a lot more stability in terms of dimensions and stuff like that, which resin casts can't really give us at this point. So yeah, that's the plan. And but of course, the other side of injection molding is that we need a much larger volume to pay for the molds, because they cost quite a bit more.
Tooling is
which is why we're going down to Kickstarter, and we'll just see how it goes, because everything is, no one's tried something like this before, and a lot of companies that go towards robotics, they tend to have a very large team or pretty big factories behind them, and yeah, this is.
Machination Studio is you.
Yeah, it's
you
pretty
are
much
the
me.
studio, right? You're prototyping, you're painting.
Yeah.
Now, are these still going to be released? Is there still going to be a version that's going to be a kit form, or different versions if someone wants a more finished version versus something that maybe they can add their own coloring, detailing, or put together, or is it going to be one release?
Because of the manufacturing process, we decided to simplify it. We were having this in two different colors. So this light green one is a border patrol color, and we'll also be having one in a dark gray, which is kind of the Imperial Guard version of this tank. So it'll be two colored versions. Well, at least that's the plan for the Kickstarter. That's what we're aiming for at this point.
I mean, it seems like the technical challenge you took on this time was how to get all the movements in one motor, simplifying that, which actually increases the complexity of your design, and also this new form factor, new manufacturing process. What are the other technical challenges you want to tackle with your future designs? Is your goal to add more and more functionality, or just how do you bring these more to life?
I think that's always the challenge, right? The more movement you have, you either add more motors or you add more gears. Right. And I think a big part of it is, can I do all of that and still run on AA batteries? Because I think once I have to step into lithium poly batteries and stuff like that, it starts to get a little bit too complicated. So I like the fact that they're running on AA's, which is pretty much available anywhere on Earth. And I think that's the key thing is just the balance between how much electronics and how much gearing. I guess you guys are very familiar when you have a microcontroller in there. I end up having to have two different voltages, one for the microcontroller and one for the motors and servos. So that becomes another complication, which is why I was thinking, hey, can I solve this problem with gears? But who knows? I might think about microcontrollers again, because now that I look at it, it's like, wouldn't it be nice to have an Android app that just makes this move forward or backwards? So that's something I'm trying to learn. Yet one more thing I'm trying to figure out is, can I make a little app that can control these things?
And that really is your whole story. You went from being a fan of wanting a toy that did not exist to learning all the ways in which to make that a reality, and now sharing that with the world, so people like me can have one of these on our desk. That's so cool. Thank you so much, Michael, for coming by and sharing with us your new Kickstarter project. You'll be at DesignerCon, and the Kickstarter is running now. We'll have links below, and people can always follow you on social media to follow your progress.
Yeah, Machination Studio. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.